Hold up, Fresh. What you said about the Switch? What you said?
No, I said I like Bomberman, the other game that's for the Switch. That was on launch day. That's pretty cool. Bomberman R. That's a pretty good game. Not gonna lie. I'm surprised nobody ain't talking about that. But as far as the Zelda game, I'm not saying. Like, look, if you buy the Switch right now, it's okay. But I'm saying just wait until it got a good library of games, because buying a system for one game is just what is that?
I'll say this about buying a system for one game. If that one game is an open world game that has immersed detail and a lot of strength in that, like, I think that would justify it. Like, games. No, think about it. Like, if you buy a game.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, if it's an open world game like GTA 5, yeah, that's definitely something that I would buy a console for. If it had GTA 5 kind of gameplay, graphics, and everything, day one, that was the only game for it, yeah, I'll buy it. But if I'm just running around slicing people up, then no, I'm not buying a platform for just that.
Well, let me say this.
You can have a big open world, but can I do everything?
Let me say this about Nintendo Switch. I think if Zelda wasn't on it, it wouldn't sell. And the fact that Zelda is on it, it will sell. And I think whoever buys it for Zelda ain't gonna be disappointed. That's all I'm saying.
I still think that it's not cause even on the trending or like on YouTube, there's not a lot of people even that did unboxing videos. You know what I mean? Like, isn't there's not that much to talk about at all about the Switch. It's just streaming Zelda, but honestly, I really don't care about Zelda.
Let me say this.
See, like, you got people that don't really care, but you got people that do. My thing is, me, I like Zelda. I want it, but I'm just not in no rush to getting it.
Yeah,
you right. That's the key point here. Ain't in no rush to get it. See,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's a good game. We're not knocking the game at all. Like, it's beautiful.
Now look,
it's just not no rush. As a Nintendo, I'm a Nintendo fan too. I like Nintendo games too as well. So me as a fan, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait for Mario so I can have the best of both worlds. If I get tired of Zelda, I can play Mario Odyssey or whatever. Smash Brothers, play with my family. Like, I want that. If I'm gonna buy a console, I want that full experience. I don't want to just be like, I'm all in here, but we empty. But we got this game. As long as we got that, it's okay. No, I want the full package of what a console's supposed to be: 2 players, 1 player, family play or not. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want.
Yeah. Let me say this. I was trying to get the guys in here before we actually start, but
you call me.
No, I did.
I didn't get no call.
You asleep?
You lucky. No, I'm playing the game. You lucky, dude. You lucky I checked my thing, because I'm like, hold up. Are they in the car? It's 7:07 right now, and nobody ain't called me. I'm like, okay, let me check. Then they said join call. I'm like, I ain't getting nothing.
Nah, man. Join call. That's to get something you supposed to get.
No, I'm talking about that. You should have rung. I meant.
Let me say this, though. We already did GamIN Talk earlier this week, so welcome everybody. Welcome everybody to the GamIN Talk 27. This is us doing this thing, continuing
right
GamIN
now.
Talk. But you already know Fresh in the description, his channel link and all that. Drop a likes and all that thing. God bless everybody for stopping by. Make sure I say that. But Red, aka Static Ninja, just say hey to the people, man.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Awesome. His channel will be in the description too. Subscribe, support that dude, watch us grow. Now, I got Maslin and also Professor 8-Bit, even Unclear Pixel on the call. If they come in, that's awesome. But we gonna start with this thing, this gaming news.
Hold up, we recording right now?
Man, we've been recording for the last 10 minutes, man. Oh!
Why you ain't say nothing, man?
I don't need to say nothing.
Why didn't you? I ain't say nothing.
It's
Why I ain't
realistic.
say nothing?
Why you saying that?
What was that?
No! Dude, you got people at my job, at my other job, they try to say a little bit sad as quick as we do. They try to, but they don't hit it like us, dog.
They fail?
They fail.
No.
It's a little bit sad.
Look.
But look.
Hey, Red. I ain't even know Red. Hey, what's up, man? How you feeling, brother?
Man, great. How about you?
I'm doing good. Let me say this. Did you get a Horizon?
No, I have not. I should probably install it right now, though.
Install it? Hold up. You got it, but you didn't install it.
No, I mean, like, I still have to buy it. I could buy it right now.
There's no rush.
Right now, we're gonna...
Look.
Man, just play.
Yeah, no, it is a rush to get that. Never mind. Yeah, get it, bro.
No.
You ain't gonna stop playing it.
See, first.
Hold on. Who has played the game already? You guys?
First did. First one beat the game before everybody. That's what he trying to do.
No, I'm playing it right now. Look,
How
no,
big
I'm not
is
trying
the
to beat
open
it.
area? Like, is it pretty big?
No, I'm not gonna say nothing because Raw ain't play. I promised him that I wouldn't say anything about
All
it.
right, can I mount? Can I go on something? Am I able to mount on a robot?
I can't. I'm sorry. I feel like I feel like this is a Jeff Keighley interview right now. I'm sorry. I can't say that right now.
You can't say that at this moment. But look. Before we get into maybe potential spoilers for Horizon Zero Dawn, let's get into the gaming news. The first bit of gaming news is the Division expansion dubbed The Last Stand is out, and under the really crazy update for the PS4 Pro, like 4K checkerboarding. It got 4K checkerboarding 2 days ago for the PS4 Pro. So if you're still playing the Division, you got The Last Stand DLC introducing 8v8 PvP, and I played that. And let me say this. I hate it and I love it because it has its strengths, but it also has its weaknesses. But all I got to say is the Division's gameplay is not made for PvP. Like, after playing the 8v8, the gameplay does not lend well to the PvP. Red, do you play the Division? Did you are you gonna mess with this Last Stand DLC?
No, not at all. I haven't played the Division in a while. Like, when I got into the Dark Zone, I haven't been able to get out of there. I've been stuck there the whole entire time because I get rid of, like, one guy, like, the group, the computer, and then I'm, like, wanted or targeted, but I can't go to the, back outside the Dark Zone. So I'm trying to find the entrance, because it's so weird how they mapped it. And I'm trying to, like, go, because it tells you one way, but it's not that way. It was, like, you have to go all the way around. But then I face, like, another, like, 2-3 groups that are there. Yeah. And I keep dying. So it's like, you know what, I just quit. I'm done with the game.
Let me say this. Let me say this. Y'all people still playing Division, let me know in the comment section. Also in the comment section, hashtag like, hashtag dislike. Make sure you rate the video. Look. I'm doing a giveaway soon at 1,000 subscribers, so those hashtags will allow you into that giveaway, okay? I'm letting you know. Make sure you drop likes and all that good stuff, man. We almost there. But moving on, but I just want to really just let the people know, if you got the Division and you got a PS4 Pro, you might as well update it and check it out, because that checkerboard in 4K, look, even though it's not native, that junk does look good. That's all I got to say. But moving to the next bit of news, Microsoft hints at Project Scorpio reveal before E3 this year at a IGN podcast Unlocked interview.
You didn't even ask me about the Last Stand DLC. You know what, man?
I did ask you off camera, and you already told me.
Look, just for the sake of the footage. But it's all right, man. Move on.
No, you know what? First, what you got to say about the Division Last Stand DLC?
I was gonna say about the Last Stand DLC is I was expecting more from it. I never played the DLC yet, but when the DLC was first announced, along with the other DLCs, I'm thinking like, okay, this is the last expansion where they're going to stretch out the map. Like, we can cross the bridge and go to Brooklyn or whatever. But that's not the case. No, it's some stupid old game mode that nobody wants. Like, first of all, like, hold up, Raw, I want you to explain to me how this game mode work. Like, how does that work?
Okay, well, the game mode is 8v8, and you got, it's like you got A, B, and C. Those are the 3 points. Yeah. Your home point has 4 available upgrade, like defense upgrades, like putting turrets up, and also putting like just defense stuff. You know what I mean? Like your home point. Because let's say you spawn over there by the C point. B is always the middle point. So C is whoever spawns over there's main point. A is whoever spawns over there's home point. And you basically get points by killing. You get points by upgrading. You get points by defending. And whoever gets the most points at the end of the match, like let's say you cap all points. You know, you cap all the points. Your points go up real quickly, and the enemy team loses. And there's a lot of, I guess you could say, I would really have to break it down, like as far as what all goes down in this PvP mode. But yeah, at the end of the day, for what I played, that's how it is. And like I said, I love it, but then I hate it because, like I said, the gameplay in the division does not lend well to just the PvP nature of just player versus player. You want to, if it's your fault, like, oh, I should have aimed at him better or this, that, and the other, you could take that on the chin. But with the divisions gameplay, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you trying to avoid people, like roll away from people, there's this thing called smart cover in the division. So when you trying to backflip or roll away from people, your character is looking for cover because someone over there by Ubisoft thought it would be a great idea to put cover and diving on the same button. So I'm pressing X on the PlayStation to dive, and I'm by a wall. He go take cover by the wall, and everybody shoot me up. I'm like, the gameplay is definitely made for maybe like, hey, a PvP encounter happens. You done with it, now you back to PvE, like how the Dark Zone was supposed to be, but not always against a player. Like the gameplay was not built to be always against players, and you could tell once you play it. But write in the comment section, have you played the Last Stand DLC, the PvP mode? What do you think about it? Like, in my opinion, I think, like I said, I love it and then I hate it because the gameplay is a little bit sad in the division. But you know,
look. Are there like limiting gameplay in that game mode? Like, okay, can you like still run around the whole map, or is it cut off?
Well, it's 3 new dark zones. It's 3 new dark zones. So at the end of the day, you know, and to be honest, Fresh, it looks like a bunch of reskin from old dark zone areas. So you know, you'll say, oh, that's familiar. Oh, that's familiar too. So so I think they got lazy with this expansion. Even though they're expanding the Dark Zone, it's a bunch of like I guess you could say reskins. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's this area copy and paste. You know.
Yeah. One last question. If you had control of this DLC, if it was you making this Last Stand, how would you made it?
How would I made it? Last Stand?
Yeah.
I would say something like this, you know what I mean? Like, let's say your home base, you know, the base of operations right there.
Right.
Man, make it to where, you know, there are civilians out there that you need to weaponize. Like, there are civilians that appear throughout the New York area that you could weaponize and basically create a fort of operation outside of that base of operation. Like, have like let's say a out of the blue apartment building, you know what I mean? Like make your own base of operations, and when you do establish your own base of operations, you're recruiting people, NPCs maybe, you're recruiting people and stuff like that, and your base is always getting attacked by Rikers and you know, just different enemy types, and and it'll make sense. Last Stand, you know, like, hey, I'm trying to take back New York, and I'm gonna make my own base of operations so I can expand further more than what that base of operation we have now can reach. So you probably have apartment buildings, expansion. And it might even add another area in New York. You know, give us Central Park. So like, I would have went that route. If it's called The Last Stand, I'll make it that route. But PvP,
that's not what we got.
Yeah, PvP in the division is not the best. It doesn't feel the best. But look, we ain't gonna stay on this.
That's why I play mostly in the safe zone more than the dark zone. So yeah, we can move on now.
Yeah. But we're gonna run through the next two just a bit. I'm gonna go back to when I said Microsoft hence Scorpio, but I just want to say these two quick things since we kind of stood on the division for a minute. But this right quick is game browser added to Overwatch. So you guys who play Overwatch, you guys can now surf browsers and find games. Genji versus Genji, or a whole bunch of teams of Mei, whole bunch of teams of Diva. Like surfing. Like I think Overwatch needed this because at the end of the day, now you can have custom games and then search for those custom games. That's gonna be that's awesome, and for the longevity of Overwatch. The next bit is Avatar game from Ubisoft, massive. Got announced. Speaking of the division, the people who made the division, Ubisoft Massive is working on a new Avatar game. I'm talking about James Cameron Avatar. I'm talking about the blue people. What you guys say about that, y'all? What you guys say about that?
What you got to say about that, Red? How you feel about that?
Honestly, don't really care for that. Like, whatever.
Oh!
Like, the movie was cool, but I honestly don't care about what game or what section or.
But you don't care about an Avatar game.
Let me say this about.
Are we talking about the last Airbender Avatar or
no, the blue people?
Blue? No, I don't care. Like, they could probably make it an open world adventure, writing their stuff, going to this digital place, maybe gathering stuff, equipment. That would be pretty cool. If they make it that route, because Avatar's mostly like that, very open world stuff. You ride, you can fight, you can get, they could probably add armor. That would be pretty cool. Then I'll be interested in stuff like that. But right now, it's just name of the title, Avatar. We don't know what the heck is going to be. So right now, it's kind of on the pile of what I have.
I agree with you, Red, because my thing, like Spider-Man a little bit. Marvel. Actually, recently they just said that Spider-Man PS4 is going to have its own original story and it has no tie into the movie at all. So my thing with Avatar is, what are they going to do with this? Is this going to be original, or is they going to try to base off the movie as much as they can? Because the original game Avatar, the one that failed, that didn't even follow the movie. So I'm asking, will this follow the movie? Do they have the complete rights to this movie / game, whatever it's going to be? Like, do they have the freedom that Insomniac had with Spider-Man? Do they have the same freedom with Ubisoft to Avatar? That's what I want to know.
I hope Massive does a good job with this one, because we know with the division they did a swell job with the 1-to-1 to New York. Like if they go 1-to-1 with Pandora, I think that'll be a fun area to explore by them. I just hope that the gameplay is like. You know what? It'll have to be a Horizon, third person, like how Horizon is. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I would say Far Cry, but third person, because Far Cry or Ghost Recon.
And I'm talking about Horizon.
That was third person. You said Horizon?
Yeah, I was saying that they take that approach. The third person gameplay like that. Or they could do first person. Like if they do first person, it'll make more sense, because in Avatar you basically take, or at least the main character takes the helm of a Avatar alien. You know what I'm saying? Like.
So you said first person?
It could probably work in first person. Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
I mean, blue people. I mean, you want to see yourself blue, right? I mean, that's what Avatar is. You don't want that to be a regular first person game. Like, okay, I'm controlling a blue person, but I can't really see him as much. So, what am I playing? Oh.
But look, we're not going to stay on that
What
too
can they
long.
do that's special? That's all I'm saying.
Look, we ain't going to stay on that too long, because we could probably talk about each one of these subjects for hours. But, that's an Avatar game from Ubisoft Massive. Moving to the next bit of news. And I'm going to get back to that one where I started with Phil Spencer, but I want to talk a little bit longer on that one. But Peter Moore is leaving EA to become CEO at Liverpool Football Club. Man, EA...
What?
Let me say this about Peter Moore. You know what I mean? He first was head of Xbox, then he went to EA, and now he's leaving that. All I got to say is, that man richer than all of us, so he's straight. He all right.
I know it. It's like EA and Xbox and them working together. He probably got tired of it. Like he probably knew that he probably saw like the L's coming. He probably was like, man, nope, I don't want to be on no losing squad.
Boy, let me say this. That probably could explain him leaving Microsoft or Xbox head. That's crazy, huh? Like we were
but
in
EA
that.
and Xbox connected though.
EA and Xbox are in a way really entwined. Now EA, I think they got some good games on the horizon as well as good games out right now. Like
Star Wars.
Yeah, got Star Wars and all that. Anyway, though, that's that for I guess you could say the political side of gaming, But Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor gets a sequel called Middle-earth: Shadow of War. I want to say this about this game, and the reveal is March 8th, so be strapped for that reveal next week. And yeah, you know what I'm saying. Look, I played the mess out of Shadow of Mordor, and I beat it. And Fresh, you recently bought it. Red, what do you think about the Shadow of War? You gonna cop that?
Honestly, I didn't cop the first one. I didn't. It looked interesting. It was cool, but again, it's not my cup of tea. It looked interesting. The what is it? The CG trailer that they showed us.
Yeah.
Looked really cool, but again, it's just CG, so none of that looks nothing like the game.
Hopefully.
But CG doesn't mean anything no more.
You're right, but hold up. Also, Middle of War news is this going to be the first game, or it's the first game that got announced for Project Scorpio. So that game is going to actually take advantage of Project Scorpio. So, excuse me.
It could just
what does that mean?
That means, I guess it's going to have unlocked features for the Scorpio to mess with. Maybe dedicated patches.
I guess that's good news, right?
Yeah, if you planning on getting a Project Scorpio later this year, and you hearing a game like Shadow of War, which runs beautifully on PS4 Pro, the next iteration of the PlayStation 4, I don't think it's native 4K on the Pro. I can't tell you if that's the case. I can just tell you that it is Pro enhanced and it looks great, especially the 60 frames. Not even 60 frames. It's like an uncapped frame rate setting on the Pro. So Shadow of War, look, from what the CG trailer showed, it looks like it's going to be bigger than what Shadow of Mordor was. So Shadow of War, looking out for you, March 8th. March 8th, be on the lookout.
Hold on, now, with the Scorpio, is it just going to be, to me, the Scorpio seems like a completely, how can I put this? At first I thought it was going to be its own, new, how we have the PS4, I thought it was going to be, something like that at first. Yeah, but I feel like it's like a PS4 on steroids kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's extra, and that's and at first it's cool, to have all that. But honestly, if it's just gonna have what the people are just gonna be better than the PS4 Pro, and I do feel that PlayStation, I honestly, how Sony was gonna come out with their thing, and it was gonna be really good. And then they found out that, Microsoft is going to be a beastly thing. So I think their biggest thing was the PS4 Pro. So that's why they released it early. And that's why I feel like they're making, whatever console that they're whatever PS4, whatever they want to call it, something to fight back with the Scorpio. But again, I don't think, at first I was kind of hyped for these things, man. But honestly, not anymore. It's just man, let me add some 4K thing, but you gotta get a TV that's 4K. Spend more money on that. Hey, you want to see this stuff? It's whatever, dude. I really don't care. I'll be able to play it on my regular Xbox One and my regular PS4. And I want graphics, so I'll just go to my PC.
Let me say this, since we are talking about Scorpio now, let me get back to that Microsoft hints at Scorpio reveal. Look, in a IGN podcast Unlocked interview, Phil Spencer appeared on there, and he dropped a lot of bombshells, or a lot of nuggets. And one of the nuggets was him hinting at a reveal of Project Scorpio before E3 later this June in this year. So in April, we're all thinking they might show off Project Scorpio, at least what it can do, as well as the name, not showing off the system until E3. Like a curtain drop at E3, like how it looks, here it is. So
yeah, they could totally do a Sony, what they did last time before they revealed, before on 2013, was it like February? They did a conference.
February 20th. Yeah, it was February 20th
They did
where they talked about it.
Yeah, they did all the stuff, games, pixels, rendering, drop, all that shenanigans that they did in 2013. They could probably do the same thing again for
Xbox actually did the same thing as PlayStation. They talked about it and then they showed it. Actually they showed their console.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah. Oh yeah.
No. They showed the Xbox One at E3. They talked about it and then they both showed their consoles at E3. Because I remember Microsoft showed theirs on April and PlayStation showed theirs on February, and they both showed the consoles. I'm sorry, they talked about it. Yeah, they talked about it. PlayStation talked about it in February, and Xbox talked about it in April, and they both showed their consoles on E3. That's what
let me think. Yeah, you're right. Xbox did show off their console before Sony because I remember thinking that Sony's console looked like a skinnier Xbox One. So
hey, I'm calling it right now, guys. We're gonna have what is it? Halo? What Halo are we on right now? 5 or 6?
We're on 5.
All right, we're gonna have Halo 5 Ultra Edition. We're gonna have Gears of War 4. They're gonna have some type of edition. Hey, it's revamped. Now you can use 4K or whatever they wanna sell you.
Yeah, if they do that, that's gonna be what's happening.
Let me say this about the whole revealing Scorpio before E3. I think that's smart because then at E3 you could talk about maybe other things. Really, all Microsoft needs to do is make sure Crackdown 3 and State of Decay 2 come out this year. That's all they really need to focus on doing.
I would say We Happy Few, definitely a holiday exclusive because that's actually pretty good too. I'm not gonna lie. We Happy Few and Sea of Thieves because that's a multiplayer game. At least have one multiplayer game and one like single player game like We Happy Few.
I would say put We Happy Few out in the summer.
This summer? I mean, you're right. You could. Yeah, this summer. But they ain't announced anything.
Look.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they advertisement.
All I'm saying is Microsoft showing off Project Scorpio before E3 will be good, but just make sure those games come out this year. That's all I'm saying.
No, make sure you got a good lineup.
Bunch of delays.
You make sure you got a good lineup this year and next year. You can't just like worry about this year. You know what I'm saying? Like next year, what you gonna do?
Well,
yeah, that's true because PlayStation relied on their partnership with all these other companies. You know, they had
and Xbox don't have.
Yeah, and they don't have that. So
Xbox
if they're gonna pull a Nintendo right now where they only have 1 or 2 games, that's kind of you know.
Yeah, you're right. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, Xbox don't have that, third party support as far that developer support like PlayStation does, to survive in the holiday, season. Like I don't think, like the Black Ops 3 and all that stuff like that, that really did. I'm sorry, the Infinite Warfare and the Black Ops 3, that actually saved PlayStation on, when they had a drought with no games until The Last Guardian came out.
Well, you never know how the cookie gonna crumble after that Scorpio drops.
I don't know.
We're gonna find out sooner or later. We're gonna find out what really goes down.
We can talk about this. This is another discussion. We should be talking about this on our E3 predictions. That's what we should be talking about.
Shoot, hopefully before E3 we get that Scorpio news. What the really name gonna be. And in that interview he also talks about how the console is gonna look like an Xbox as well as how the console name ain't gonna. Like we hints at the name is gonna be having an Xbox in it. So it's all in the same family.
Yes. Stay tuned for my part 3 of Xbox Scorpio Real Names. I'm gonna be doing it every week until the Xbox Scorpio Real Name is revealed to see if we was right. So write down in the comment section. Subscribe to my channel to be updated on those videos.
Guys, hold on. I know exactly the name of the Xbox Scorpio. Xbox Scorpio.
What?
4K, 120 frames per second.
I'm done.
I'm done.
If it's named that, every game better be running that 120 frames.
That's a little pressure right there.
Ooh, Xbox 2000.
They did say their thing was going to be a beast, so it has to. It can't be no 60 frames. You know what I mean?
Ooh, what if it do this? All right. Okay, Xbox One is the Okay, wait. Yeah, it's the third console, right?
Yes.
So what if Scorpio out of these two names? it'll be Xbox 3000 or Xbox 4000. Like, how cool would that be? And then the
Dude,
next...
it's gonna be Xbox 2.
No. That'd be sad. But, yeah, no. That'd be a name... And then they'll never be behind...
Xbox 4000.
Yeah, like, they'll never be behind PlayStation's numbers. You know, PS4, PS5, PS6. Well, you got the Xbox 5000 or Xbox 6000. Oh, what you gonna do when you get to 1 million? Xbox Millie? I don't know.
No, like, honestly, it's like with their names, it's gonna be crazy because like the whole sell on the X was it's like a one and all kind of box that does all this stuff. You know, that's what sold people to it. Now it's like we kind of effed up, and that's not what people want. People want games.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the name, since they trying to go PC route, they might go PC route with the name, like Xbox 1080X or something like that. You never know. It might be anything.
We're going to find out hopefully sooner than later. But look, we got to move on to the next bit of news. And it's creative director Bill Roseman explains at DICE 2017 that Marvel won't hold its games to canon. So that's basically talking about games like Guardians of the Galaxy from Telltale. Also games from Insomniac, Spider-Man, PS4. I'm glad about this news because, you know, I'm talking about games that go off of like canon sometimes fail miserably. Instead of coming from canon, do like how, you know, Rocksteady did the Batmans and say, hey, here's the universe, make a good game out of it, you know? And that's what they're doing with Insomniac Spider-Man. This could be the best Spider-Man you ever gonna play in a long time. Why? Because they're giving creative freedom to Insomniac to do what they want with the character that everybody loves.
News. My bad.
Hold up, what'd you say?
I said, I'm sorry, I stole your news. I'm sorry.
Hold up, what news? What?
I was just talking about that.
Oh, you put a video up already?
No, I'm talking about. I just said it in his chat. I just said it here.
Man, I ain't hear that. All I gotta say is
I was just talking about how Spider-Man having freedom, Insomniac having freedom. I was just talking about it.
Well, look. What y'all think about Marvel games not being held to its canon? Y'all think that's a good move?
That's a great. What? That's great. That's a wonderful thing. See Spider-Man getting the creators Insomniac having freedom to create a Spider-Man game, because there are certain Spider-Man games, man. Like Spider-Man 2 was my favorite one out of all the Spider-Man games. Period. And it's the swinging, the story, like it was everything I wanted in a Spider-Man game at the time, because I didn't really. You know, I didn't really think outside the box of a Spider-Man game at the time. I was just happy as a child of like, yeah, I got a Spider-Man game and I'm swinging exactly like he do in the movie, instead of, you know, like the first Spider-Man game where they swing for you. You just got to point in the direction you want to go. I just didn't feel like that was an authentic Spider-Man. See, now with this new Spider-Man PS4, I'm excited is because not only we not going to see cutscenes during the middle of a fight of the movie where it feels cheap, like this is something... I feel like this Spider-Man, they could go any route with this. They could go the Last of Us route with it. They could go a silly route with this, a comedy, or they can go a kind of movie route, just like the movie, but or a new direction or whatever. I'm just excited to see where Spider-Man can go as not only as a game, but as a story. And will it innovate and will it give Marvel a new idea to create better Spider-Man movies in the future? Maybe this game might impact the thinkers of Marvel. So you never know. It might be a chain reaction of, oh, just because Insomniac did this, they gave us this idea to create a better Spider-Man movie, and then you never know. It might just go back and forth. Like ping pong. Great ideas going back and forth.
Let me say this.
Spider-Man.
It don't only relates to Spider-Man. It also, like I said, the Telltale's game with Guardians of the Galaxy, as well as Square Enix's Avengers game. Those could be great games because they're giving the developer freedom to make them great games. So hopefully we hear more news on those. And Lord knows, all these Marvel games, definitely 2018, that's going to be it. But I just wanted to share that news because that's good news for Marvel fans. But the next bit of news.
Nope.
What?
2017.
Nah, man, I don't think Spider-Man making it this year.
We ain't gonna do this. We gonna do this.
Write in the comment section, do you think Spider-Man gonna make it this year? But yo,
Spider-Man's gonna be for the holidays or in the beginning of next year in January.
I agree with you. PlayStation VR has sold almost 1 million worldwide, almost reaching their goal to sell about 1 million by April.
Wait, say it again.
I said VR sold almost 1 million, almost reaching their goal, Sony's goal for about 1 million by April. So that makes PSVR the highest selling VR headset. And in VR news, Oculus got a price cut. Now $600 for the controller and the helmet. So come on, everybody knew this. PlayStation VR is definitely going to outsell all of them. Not only is it because it's cheap, it works on every PS4. It works on every PS4. Like me and Fresh got pros, but like it worked on our old PS4. And my whole thing is also a lot of people say it's the most comfortable feeling, and also, hey, it's cheaper. I already said that, but PSVR
and they got Batman.
They got Batman for now, but I don't think the games.
Better.
I don't think the games sold VR. I think the promise sold VR. The promise of being in a virtual reality.
Yeah. So stay tuned for VR. You got Farpoint coming out, $80. Farpoint coming out May, and it's gonna be on sale for $79.99. Comes with the gun and the game. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, cop that as soon as it drop. And look, if y'all spending all your money on Switch, y'all probably ain't gonna be able to buy anything later this year. You gotta buy memory cards for that thing. Oh.
No, and you need a case. If you're gonna take that thing everywhere, you better buy a case for it.
Also, you gotta
like $20.
Also, you better get that Pro controller. Them small controllers that attached to the thing, so small you might lose it in your hands. So,
Raw, you might buy it next week. Get out of here.
All I gotta say is, PSVR, that's hot, right? That's hot, and Sony and Nintendo better be putting out their products. Like, seriously,
keep going.
I think VR probably would have reached the 1 million before April if Sony would have put out more products. You know what I'm saying? Like if they would have put out more VR on shelves, they probably would have reached their 1 million by already.
Yeah.
And I mentioned Nintendo because, like I said, you got Nintendo Switches for like $1,000 up on eBay or whatever. Like, I'm like, wow, look at this. But anyway, just wanted to throw in that PSVR news. Hopefully VR grows. If y'all ill against this, like, come on, man. VR needs to grow because why? It's a different way to play. Anyway, Xbox Game Pass, Xbox's Netflix for games, ? Why I say ? Is because Netflix is a streaming service. This, like, Xbox's Game Pass is allowing you to download the games that is in with them. Like, you heard about this, Red, Xbox Game Pass?
Yeah, when I was on my Xbox, it said, hey, you want to stream? I'm like, oh, is this like the PlayStation thing?
Yeah.
Where you rent or whatever and stream your game. I didn't care for the PlayStation one. I ain't gonna care about this one either.
Well, the difference is you can download the games that you see up for grabs on the Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass. That means you won't have to worry about latency and buffering during the game. Because I played PlayStation Now, I thought it was pretty cool, but you literally I had to hit a buffering screen while I was playing the game.
Yeah. That's true.
It happened twice through my whole playthrough of Batman Origins. Like, I played that game for maybe like a whole 6 hours, and I hit 2 buffering screens in that whole 2 hours.
Like, the thing I like about Batman Origins with this multiplayer, where you can play as Batman and Robin and have Joker or Bane or whatever. The multiplayer was pretty cool.
Yeah, Batman Origins was on point, and I played the whole thing via PlayStation Now. And Xbox Game Pass, look, is another service for Xbox. Hey, if you want it, you can buy it. If you don't need to buy it. But yeah, let's move on. The next bit of news is Borderlands 3 gets confirmed again by Brandy Pitchfork, president and CEO of Gearbox.
Wait.
What?
You said what?
I just said Borderlands 3 gets confirmed again. Like, we knew Borderlands 3 was coming, but it was from GDC 2017. He was showing off some tech about Borderlands 3. And we, like
I watched it last night.
Yeah, we all knew.
Yeah, but that wasn't Borderlands 3. It was just a random stuff they were showing further work in time.
It was Borderlands. Hey, look, it's Borderlands. They just didn't want. They said it. They said they working on this is the technology for the next Borderlands game, but we all know it was Borderlands 3. They just didn't want to say it.
Look, they did say Borderlands 3. They did say it in there.
They did say that.
But look. Borderlands 3, what it's going to be? What it's going to do? You know what I mean? Like, when it came out, it was brand new concept and all that. But now, it's been there, done that. What it's going to do to be different? It's playing catch up now, you know?
I mean, bro, like, this is the... Okay, even though they came out with the pre-sequel and all that, the whole collection, and they fixed it and revamped it and everything like that, what if... I don't know, man. Borderlands 3, you're right. They are playing catch up. You're right.
Because Destiny 2 is coming out later this year. Like, seriously, Destiny 2 going to be a better Destiny 1. So...
Because that's a looter shooter. You're right.
That's a looter shooter with MMO quality. Like, my whole thing is Borderlands 3, man, you got to do something crazy with that game. That's all I got to say. You better be able to play that game in VR.
Wait, Borderlands? No.
Borderlands 3?
Yeah.
That'd be different, right?
Yeah,
the first person shooter
they
game.
Come out with no Borderlands game since last gen.
Yeah, dude. Like, anyway, that's Borderlands 3 for you. We know that's coming. But look, I got 2 more bit of news. Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer test got canceled, so hey, we ain't gonna be able to test that multiplayer though.
Multiplayer test? Let me explain something about that. Why you think that happened? Because it's not running?
I think, man, let me say this about Mass Effect Andromeda. Man, do you think that game getting rushed? Because how you gonna cancel a multiplayer beta? You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna cancel that?
I mean, get out of here. Look at what you call it though. Look at what's that game that got canceled? Ghost Recon. That multiplayer got canceled.
What are you talking about? They had an open beta just the other week.
You know, I know, but before they had canceled it though. Remember they canceled Ghost Recon beta? We couldn't play it until that like next month.
I don't remember that.
Right in the comment section, you remember that.
Look. If Mass Effect don't have a multiplayer beta before it releases, then what you gonna say?
You said if what? If Mass Effect
don't have a multiplayer at all.
I mean, listen, bro. Anything could have happened. They probably just focused on the single player, like more than that multiplayer. I'm not buying it for the multiplayer. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't even know Mass Effect, had multiplayer. Did Mass Effect have multiplayer in all 3 of them?
No, only on the 3rd one, and I think the second one.
Oh, that's a little sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is. Just focus on that single player. This next gen, put all your power into the single player the best you can. This is a single player game. I understand they're trying to branch off and be like everybody else, like Overwatch or Halo, or whatever. But stay in your own lane. You know what I mean? Maybe they just want people to keep playing their game. After the story, or if you're tired of the story, you could jump on multiplayer and trash your friends or whatever. Maybe they want to go that route. It's probably what it is.
Well, read into the lines or whatever. Multiplayer beta test got canceled for Mass Effect Andromeda. The last bit of news is PvP will be coming to Ghost Recon Wildlands. What I told you, Fresh. What I told you.
Hold up.
I told you.
Why?
Look, it's coming. It's not going to be day 1, but it's coming to Ghost Recon Wildlands. PvP, 4v4.
No.
This was on the latest season pass trailer for Ghost Recon. It's going to have a season pass, and it's going to be a free update, the PvP mode is.
Yep. Okay, well, this better be like some Call of Duty stuff as far as the maps, because I'm not playing no 4v4 with no big map like that.
It looked like big maps, though, Fresh, when I saw that, G. When they was previewing it in the trailer, which y'all could go look it up. It's the Ghost Recon Wildlands Season Pass trailer. Yeah, man.
It will suck.
Nah, dude, I think it's gonna be okay. But then again, if it look hashed on, like latched on. How you say it? It look the PvP
Yeah, it looked pressed on. Like they just put it on there. Like okay, like it's like it was driving by, and they just was like, yeah, I'm gonna just throw that on there. You go ahead, baby. Bye.
Look, I don't know if I threw this in. I put this in the thing, but let me just say this: Nintendo Switch releases this week. I don't know if I already said that, but just letting the people know again. Nintendo Switch release this week, and also Horizon Zero Dawn released this week. And I also want to talk about Destiny 2 because we did mention it earlier. I'm running through some last minute gaming news. Destiny 2's roadmap got dropped today, and it's basically talking about Destiny 1. Like they're referring Destiny as Destiny 1 now. They're literally in their blog post from the official people said Destiny with a number 1 on it. So they said Destiny 1 is ending in this way. They actually said it like that. So that got me thinking Destiny will have a number 2 in the title. It might actually have a number 2 in the title, which would be dumb because that means, hey, don't get invested too much in this Destiny 2 thing because as soon as you do, we're going to take everything away from you and put in a Destiny 3. What I mean about taking everything away from you, this is what's not carrying over in Destiny 1 to 2. You're not going to be able to carry your possessions over. You're not going to be able to carry your emblem, your shaders, your guns, none of that. You're not going to be able to carry over your powers and like there's a big fat list of what you're not going to be able to carry over. The only thing they confirm you're going to carry over is your character's hair, skin color, face, and basically your avatar, how she or he looks. That's the only thing you're carrying over to Destiny 2. Everything else is getting left behind. Even microtransactions you did in Destiny 1 will not transfer over to Destiny 2. So that was just a little public announcement.
Two reasons why I think they're going that route. One reason is because they might just want a new fresh start, and number two is Destiny 2 could take place in a completely, totally different universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, where ghosts may not make sense. Like running around with your ghosts, they might not be a normal thing in Destiny 2. Or let's say, what is that? Iron Banner. What is Iron Banner in Destiny 2? That's not created in Destiny 2. Like in that world, like what if some things don't exist? What we have in Destiny 1 don't even exist in Destiny 2 as far as what world or what galaxy we might be in. You know what I mean? It might be a new norm. Like Iron Banner is normal in Destiny World and Destiny 1. Destiny 2, it might be a whole nother, like a different thing. Or Last Word might be something different. You know what I mean? Like it might be something. It might just be like that.
Let me say this about Destiny 2.
Destiny could be like a
scrap in the world.
Sequel, like a pre-sequel.
It's probably scrap in the world, dude. It's crazy. It's a shame.
Let me say this about Destiny 1, though. I put so much hours and time into that game. First, could be the first to tell you, man. I put everything, man. Knowing that everything about to get scrapped.
Get tattooed in your skin.
Like, why in the world you play Destiny 1 right now if nothing gonna carry over? They just told us, hey, nothing's carrying over. Why? The gameplay. The gameplay is literally the only reason why you gotta play Destiny still, because the gameplay in Destiny is still on point.
I'm seeing every day. I see people, get rewarded with new guns I never heard of. You know what I'm saying? Like I see that every day. So there is probably a reason to still play it.
See, this is the problem with that, though, Fresh, my dude. The problem with that is, look, you might get new weapons and junk, but are you really going to play a game that is basically telling you, hey, I'm about to die, and you ain't going to be able to, with relevancy, continue to play me, versus playing new games like Horizon Zero Dawn, Zelda, all these new games, Ghost Recon, Neo, Gravity Rush 2, all these new games out now, and you playing a when did Destiny came out? 2014, right? 2014 or 15? You play a 3-year-old game.
It came out 2014.
Yeah, you play a 3-year-old game when new games are all around you, and those are experiences that you gonna take with you. But my whole thing is the gameplay. Destiny's gameplay is why you still play it.
Right. I was gonna say that. I was gonna say the gameplay is good, and gameplay is key in games, but this news kind of overshadowed the gameplay a little bit for me, is because I'm like, okay, like you said, you playing this game, it's a good game. Like, we play games that have fun, but in the back of your mind and at the end of the day, it's like, you know, I'm playing with this Guardian, I'm having fun, having a good time, you know, 360 no scopes or whatever in Destiny. Like, my character ain't gonna be here. Why am I wasting my time playing this? I could be wasting my time playing another shooter, but like you said, the gameplay is good, but your character ain't gonna be there. Like, because Destiny is more of a special individual type of, like, when you got a profile on Destiny, that character, those Guardians are you. You the one that progressed those characters. You the one that put the time, blood, sweat, and tears, and months, probably years into that game, to those characters. Because Destiny ain't no easy game as far as, you know, going around and doing a raid and all that, trying to get your friends together. You know how many times, like, people died in raids to get their character and their gear and stuff, and you telling me I can't carry this stuff over?
Look, like I said,
are you kidding me right now? Like I would be upset. I wouldn't play it.
Like I said, you know what I mean? All those reasons is reason why you shouldn't play it, but the biggest reason why you should play any game is based off the fact of the gameplay. Like, I think if all developers went the route of Bungie and say, make the gameplay good first and then make everything else second, you will have a game that can last 3 to 4 years. Why? Because the gameplay is just so good. If Destiny was in 60 frames, that'd be probably on fire. But it's a 30 frames per second shooter.
Not add no patches to it.
Huh?
Because they done with it. That's probably why they not adding no patches to Destiny.
No, they will be adding. They will be adding stuff to Destiny.
The first one?
Yeah, the first one. They got a roadmap right here. The roadmap is Age of Trumpet. Hold up, Trumpet reveal Wednesday, March 8th. And then they got the Age of Trumpet weekly rituals Wednesday, March 15th. And then the actual update, they got it for March the 22nd. Like, they got stuff they still going to add to Destiny 1. But, you know, they know people still playing the game because of the gameplay still on fire, you know. So, with that being said, I think that's the only reason why you should play Destiny. You shouldn't play Destiny for no other reason but that. Gameplay alone.
Yeah, I mean, bro, look, I know you trying to wrap it up, but my thing is, Destiny. I just hope Destiny 2 give me a reason to play it. That's all I'm saying. If
it's like Destiny 1 and has good gameplay, maybe even at 60 frames with dedicated servers, that'd be enough reason for me.
I'm saying, like, you know, bring over my progression. Like, that's what I mean, give me a reason to play. Because if you already know I had a hard time playing that game sometime. I had a hard time, like, really getting into it like that. And, I mean, I gave it a chance. I kept trying until, you know, I got the guns I wanted and all that. Like, my luck on Destiny was the lowest I had. But it came eventually. But after all that time passed and me struggling, and because look, man, we all stressed out on Destiny. I mean, some it's probably a dude out there that never struggled in there, and he got everything he wanted. But you know what I hear, most of us, we put all our time in there and stress. Look, man, they can't do this. I'm about to sign a petition.
No, man. Look, Destiny 2, we looking at you. More will be revealed at E3 this year. But look, another bit of news. No, I do want, it will be at E3, but look,
it will be, right?
Yeah, Sticks.
Right in the comment section.
You know that one game, Sticks, Shadow of Darkness or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it have a co-op trailer out. Let me see what it's called. Yeah,
everybody, Sticks. Sticks has co-op now, the new Sticks game, so go check that out. The link will be in the description below.
Sticks Shards of Darkness. Yeah, check the description below in one of the fresh videos. He'll put that video in there. But look, we gotta move on to the next part of Gaming Talk 27. Stay tuned. What's free? We do this once a month in GamIN Talk. The first GamIN Talk of the month, we do this, and we just basically tell you what's free on Plus for the PlayStation and on Xbox Live Gold on the Xbox. And if there is any PC free games, Maslin jumps in and tell you guys what's popping. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and tell you what's free.